I said we getting out of money, hoes, cars and clothes. That's all my niggas know. Blowing trouble on 24. That's how all my niggas roll.
Oh, that's right. Episode 24 coming at you. That's actually like two, like a triple deuce. Like you got two, and then you got another two, and then another two for the four. Two times two is four. So, triple deuce. If I had three hands, I'd be chucking three deuces out right now. Um, Pretty sweet week it's been so far, with all the different competition going for those finals. Chewy, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, things are good. Obviously, we took out Alaska a couple nights ago, so we're heading to the finals for the third time. We've only won once though, and whether us or Las Vegas wins, there'll be history set with the first two-time Cup champs. Vegas won in season two, so yeah, it's going to be a fun series. I'll admit I was rooting for Vegas because I don't know what it is with Jacksonville, but they always have our number. Brody always plays amazing against us, and they know how to score. And I feel like we haven't totally figured them out yet. So I'm a little happy that we see Vegas. Not saying it's easy because their third and fourth line have been buzzing, and it'll be exciting. The streams tomorrow, all 7 games or however many games it takes to get to 4 wins, but super excited. We haven't seen Vegas in the playoffs at all, so yeah, it's going to be good. What's your thoughts on the playoffs so far?
Oh, I mean, they've been super tight and confusing, and you wouldn't think that a lot of things would have happened. From me having played Vegas and losing to them, having them go to the finals is like, it's good. It makes you feel a little bit better because then it's like, well, I lost to somebody that's going to the finals, but, I've got a lot of respect for the Dragons, and, I feel like the Dragons are going to take this one home. But I think that it's been a super hot playoff series, and it's a sign of like the competition to come. I think, we're at a point where like some players are beginning to regress. Is that correct?
No,
No.
there's still like 3 seasons out.
Okay.
4 seasons out.
But there's like where they get like less points. Maybe I'm looking too far ahead into the.
I mean, like, no, the highest age is 26, so like players still get some progressions. Like all season, next season is like 5+2s and then a bunch of +1s. So
Yes. So
yeah,
I guess like you don't lose points. I was incorrect in saying that, but you do get less. The further into the league you're in. So I think it's interesting how like the dynamics of investing in to players for the potential of growth, while at the same time, what is their value and like what are they producing today. It's like a balancing act. So it makes me like have a lot of appreciation for the teams, those that made the playoffs, those that didn't make the playoffs. Everybody's in a building stage.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and with off season around the corner, like what is it? Wednesday trading and free agency opens up. There'll be a lot of movement and seeing what teams do this week.
Yes, about to crack something open. But cracking open the a glimpse into the corner. What's going on in Chewy's corner this week?
Yeah, this week's busy week. Last week was pretty busy for work. So not really much during the days, but we're coming up to like the Christmas holidays. So like I know next week my wife's off all week, and then I'm off kind of around the 22nd until the 3rd or 4th of January. So it'll be nice to spend some time with Aniela and the kids, and we might try to head up to Ottawa for New Year's Eve, and the next few weeks will be more I don't even know what the word is, exciting than this past week. But we'll show off one card that I got this week. It's another Anthony Mantha card. Pretty sweet. It's like a hollow box with his autograph, so it's like in the card.
Oh
It's kind of
wow.
hard to see because my lighting. I didn't. Maybe I'll. Oh, there we go. That might be better. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Got it on eBay. This one. I'm realizing now that like so people when in the auctions on eBay, people I realized like they wait till the last like 5 seconds and then like make their bid like super high. So I keep getting outbid.
Hmm.
So I got to figure out like what the tactic is. I feel like I got to figure out like the true value of the card before, and then like just hammer my bid because I there was a really sweet card that I was trying to get and I lost it in the last like 2 seconds. But I don't know if anyone does auctions on eBay. Like hit me up with like how to like win how to win the bids
Yeah,
because yeah.
it's a RPA, or yeah, I'm pretty sure robotic process automation. It's where you can use like software to essentially say, hey, click on this button at this time when this timer is at this. And so you're competing against, potentially, you're competing against machines that,
Okay.
so you'd either need to get a machine of your own, or what you suggested, I think is a great idea. You can, if you go into eBay on the left navigation, where you can filter things, you can elect to see completed listings.
Yeah, the completed sold. Yeah, there's some cards that are like so rare though that like there's no history,
Okay.
so it's like hard to figure. Yeah, for the common ones, I definitely do that, but for those like autographed ones, sometimes it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, nice. Well, it's good to add something to your collection.
Yeah, how's it going over with you?
It's going well in Pawtai's penthouse. You know, certainly, going through the playoffs, not the outcome that we had desired. But there's been, Trev, we retired Trev's number 36. And we're continuing to redefine the team. We actually have like a pretty cool announcement to present to you right now.
Oh, okay.
There it is. That's the big announcement. We're rebranding from the Florida Challengers to the Miami Maccabees. And on the note of this announcement, just wanted to again thank the Florida Challengers organization, the ones that set up this to be here for what we are building upon for the future. And certainly that's why we've elected to maintain our Florida roots in history, kind of in this rebranding and re-centralization of the Maccabean people to Miami.
Sweet man, cool.
Yeah. Well, sweet. So moving on from that, we've got the got our plays of the week, and then we've got a couple other things that we were going to talk about. Maybe we can move into those now. Do you remember what they are, Chewie?
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna see if you wanted to talk about. I mean, possible roster movements this offseason. Obviously, I don't know what's happening specifically, but being on the rosters team, I obviously see like we've had a lot of retirements this season, and while we talk about that, I actually want to shout out a few retirements. I'll pull them up here. Um, one being a good friend of mine, Eric Newton. He decided to retire this season. He played 3 seasons with the Dragon or Detroit, and then the Dragons, and then he was the owner of Boston. Stepped down, stayed with Boston for another season, but he decided to retire this season. So sad to see him go. Um, another one, I think Gordo Bombay. He was here before as Gunnar Stahl. He came back and he's hanging up the skates this season as well. So he's gone. And then we had a few others. I think one, if you want to shout out the one from your team, you could do that.
That's retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rice Cake, number 25, was made an impact during times and was always a good friend to have, but he has moved on from the league.
Yeah, yeah. A couple others. Bryant Dynasty, the old co-owner of Honolulu, he's back in Hawaii, not playing hockey anymore. He decided to hit the beaches, and he's done with that. In Vegas, Andrew Schiffer, he was a great defenseman over there, also lacing up the skates, or sorry, hanging up the skates. A couple North Bay Mallards. I don't remember both of their names. Ben Stackenpaper, I think he was the one that retired, and I believe that that is everyone on the list from the pros. I didn't keep track of the minors, but yeah, quite a few retirements this season. Yeah, a lot of openings on some pro teams. So for any minors players or affiliates, heading into free agency, now would be an interesting time to talk to some teams with those pro spots. Obviously, you called up Parker Minion from um, the Vancouver Whales. So he'll be a first year pro. That's awesome to see. Boston will either be signing a couple free agents, making some trades, or calling up some minors players as well. So yeah, was there any I guess inside info you think you might have, or any teams, any players that teams may be targeting?
You know, I can't say anything from like our side of the house just until things are finalized out of respect to like not putting forward expectations until they're, 100% executed upon. So with that in mind, I think that you did mention like the turnovers with the retirements, and I think that's going to be kind of like a talent, like not like a vacuum, but more of like a force that kind of manipulates things that are already in movement into like a uniform direction. So I think it's going to like bring in new talent up from the minors into the pros, and I think that'll solidify kind of a new base. I think one of the more interesting things, and this is super hard to like measure in terms of quantity, but like who of the new people want to be involved in staff roles? Who wants to be involved in like an ownership track? Who wants to be a head coach? Who wants to be a general manager? From the people that enter the league, not only do we have players and talent, but we really have the future ahead of us that we need to think and consider of. So I think like anything that we can do that can enable and empower people to take on those leadership positions within teams and within the greater goals organization is something that's going to like benefit us for the long haul.
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet. Well, cool. All right. So, we've got a collection of plays of the week from each of the teams that was in the playoffs. So, like, let's move on over to here and we can start things off with the Arctic Wolves. And we've got, who do we? Bottom's got the puck. This is against Dublin. Skorts. I like this because Skorts like took a shot, didn't go through. But then watch this. Oh, nice backhander into the net by Skorts. And that was at the beginning of the game. Do you remember how this game ended up, Chewie?
I think we ended up winning 2-1 or 3-2. I don't remember which game this one was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Okay, moving along.
All right, next up we got this was a really nice one from Bo Sakic. He comes down, does a little move, and then boom, makes McBride lay down to try to save the puck, but he goes right around him. Bo Sakic, he's an interesting one, defensive defenseman, I believe, and he's produced some pretty good offense for Albuquerque. Made a real nice move to get from the blue line all the way down. So you love to see that, making McBride look a little dumb on that one.
Oh, that was really he really laid out there for it. Um, all right, so we've got a face off. It's in, Dublin is in their defensive zone. Um, Gets it up to Kovalchuk and passes it to Reeves, and then something happens. But this was in overtime. This put Dublin ahead for the win. Good pass, and like a magical shot that just kind of went through and caused a. Yeah, you can see number 78 looked pretty upset about that. Do you have any comment on this one, Chewie?
Yeah, I think he ended up kicking it in his own net.
Oh, okay.
But this was, I think, for like game 3, the game 3 win or game 2 win. Yeah, that was a nice one.
All right, so next up.
Yeah, we got the Florida Challengers here. A nice McChuckles goal. You'll see, the nice pressure there, and boom, what a cross crease slap shot by JJ McChuckles, one of the best grinders in the league. Uh, Boom, absolutely crushed that one.
For the overtime win, and there it was. So, okay, we've got another face-off over here. Um, we've got the Vipers taking this one, and Fiol has it and places it in. Pretty nice work around the different players, and to execute that back into the net was a display of athleticism.
Sweet. Next up, we got another Las Vegas Jacksonville clip here. This time, Vegas is in Jacksonville. We got Ackles moving the puck up. He's got 3 Jacksonville players on him. He's going to do a little move and, you know, picks it up, sends it back. Ackles once again shoots it, boom, right over the glove of McBride. I believe this was the game winner. This was the final game that Las Vegas needed to win this. That may be incorrect, but I vaguely remember this goal being a game winner here, or game tying. Sorry, this was the game tying goal, and
Mhm.
then Las Vegas scored the game winner a few minutes later.
Yeah, that sounds correct. All right, so then we've got moving on. We've got coming up Redwater versus Jacksonville. Cornwall's got the puck, gets it to James, blocked. Comes back, sticks it over, and there we go with Kevin Say. Best running back in the SFL. Also, pretty sick putting the goals into the net as well. So, multi-sport athlete right here. What a great display again of his athleticism. All right.
And lastly, we got a nice Turku clip here. Dublin steals the puck. They try to get it out of the zone, but a flop, a muffin, and Scola shoots it. Rebound. Gore Striker, another shot right over the blocker of Elias Rose. Yeah, I don't know. I think that was Hoffenmeyer on Dublin or Bob, but just a muffin in the neutral zone to give Turku a nice opportunity to get the 1-0 lead.
Wow. There it was. Um, so sweet. Nice plays of the week, and certainly there's still some more to come. We haven't, featured anything from the minors yet, but I'm sure we're going to get some great ones for the next episode as people consider who they're going to be drafting in the upcoming. And the draft is coming up, right, Chewy?
Yeah, a few weeks, probably like three weeks. And I can't believe we missed over this, but congratulations to the Iceland Ice. They won their last game this evening, winning the cup. They're the season 5 Miners Cup champions. They were a wagon of a team run by Gunny Gunny. Uh, yeah, that was an amazing game. James Martin, their goalie, won the Conn Smythe in the playoff tournament. He was lights out, and a big shout out as well to one of the goalies, not on the ice though, on Malmo. Douglas Brown actually had 5 shutouts this playoffs, and he had the best stats as a goalie. So that was cool to see. You know, if Malmo pulled it off, I think he would have won the Conn Smythe. But unfortunately, they lost in 5 games. But nonetheless, a future star in the league for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out Doug Brown. Wow, that's a crazy amount of playoff shutouts. Um, well, with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up for tonight and prep a real banger of an episode for number 25, the quarter century mark. Really looking forward to this one. And with that, we're out.
Yeah. Oh, one last shout out before we go. Uh, I was asked to help co-host late night show this week, so yeah, tune in. It's going to be my first time on that show, helping out Escola while he has some absentees, and stick around to see what happens after tomorrow's finals.
Oh yeah, what time will that be on?
They're around
Oh,
10:30 on the Twitch Ani Escola.
here we go. All right, well, we'll be tuning in.